Alright, this is Boxing with the Truth, and I am the Truth. Today's September 13th, 2015, and today we have with us Julius the Chef Jackson. How you doing today, Julius?
I'm good, brother. How you doing, man? How you doing?
I'm good. I appreciate you taking time to do the interview. I know you're, are you in training right now for this fight that's coming up in October?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm deep in the middle of training camp right now.
Okay, we're going to talk about that in a minute. Let the fans know what's going on with you. You'll be making your debut on Premier Boxing Champions. So you actually fight at super middleweight, and your record right now is very impressive. 19 wins, 15 knockouts, 0 losses. And you're actually out of St. Thomas, the Virgin Islands, correct?
Yes, sir. That's where I live and reside.
So tell me a little bit about how the boxing is over there.
Well, boxing over here is basically me and my family. You know, my dad is Julius Jackson, Julius Jackson. I don't know if you've heard of him. And you know, he opened the gym here at home and runs the program. And I came up through the amateur ranks, you know, through my dad's coaching, and you know, we have a great amateur team. And now we have 3 professional fighters, which is me, my brother, and my cousin, Samuel Rogers. And yeah, that's all the professional fighters from the Virgin Islands. We have a few amateur gyms here. So boxing is not the biggest sport here at home.
Okay, and like you did mention, I did want to say it again for the fans that your father actually is former 3-time world champion Julius the Hawk Jackson, who had so much power, man, that the fight could be over before you could blink. And somehow you and your brother, who you just mentioned, John Jackson, who's actually his record is 20 wins and 2 losses. You guys somehow inherited that power, because both of you guys have pretty good power.
Yeah, I think we got a little piece of it. You know, we're not beating guys with one punch like my dad did, but we definitely have some kind of power for sure.
Now, right now, I'm not sure if you hold all these belts right now, but I know you've actually had the WBC, the US NBC super middleweight title, the WBA Fedeball super middleweight title, and the WBC International Silver super middleweight title, correct?
Yes.
And eventually we're going to add a world title to that list, right?
Yep, that's the goal, man. That's the goal.
And now you're out of 340 boxing, right?
Yes, that is my promotional team, yes.
All right, let's give them a shout out, 340boxing.com, if you want to look up anything on Julius Jackson or his brother John Jackson. Or also, you mentioned, what was your cousin's name again?
Samuel Rogers.
Okay. So that way the fans can keep track of what you guys are doing with your career. Actually, you were also a 3-time amateur champion as well, right?
Yes, I was. We have a great Caribbean tournament down here that we have throughout the whole Caribbean, Cuba, and everybody. You know, yeah, I won that 3 times in a row. Okay,
so what type of activities do you do that have nothing to do with boxing, just to kind of relax or to keep yourself active outside of boxing?
I have one other career, which is I'm still active in my chef career. I'm also a chef. You know, I graduated from culinary school, so I'm cooking quite often. And you know, we're in the island, so we go to fish and go to the beach and you know, go hiking and things like that.
All right, let's talk about that. Some people might have been wondering why your nickname is the Chef. That's a little unusual for a boxing nickname. And that is because you actually did graduate from Florida Culinary Institute in 2008, and you actually have a culinary arts degree. So, like you said, when you aren't boxing, you're doing a lot of cooking.
Yeah. It's another passion of mine. I love food. I love creating crazy recipes and making new things. So it's a passion of mine.
So have you taken that somewhere else professionally, as far as are you going to maybe do a cooking show on the island eventually? Do you put banquets or anything together? Do you make any money off of this?
Yeah, well, currently I'm a partner in a catering company here at home. So we do that. We do private catering, private parties, weddings, things like that. And, you know, I have a great team together, so I don't have to do it all the time. But when I'm available, I can. You know, boxing is #1 right now, and boxing takes up a lot of time. But when I'm free, I can, I do it. And I actually just made my cooking channel debut. I just did a show on the cooking channel. I was a guest chef, and that was awesome. And hopefully I do Food Network next, maybe at the end of the year, at the beginning of next year.
Okay, maybe we can get you on one of those cooking shows where they have like the chefs go against each other or the kids go against the grown-ups and things like that. I want them competition cooking shows.
Yeah, definitely. I'm trying to get myself on Chopped too. I'll try to get on Chopped and win one of those competitions, have that under my belt too.
Okay, so now when you fight, do you have any superstitions or rituals or habits that you have to do before a fight?
No, not at all. I'm really relaxed, and I just try to stay as relaxed as possible. I treat every fight the same way. It's just another day in the office, so just being relaxed, man. That's just what I do. Okay,
and seeing that you're so involved in food, what is your favorite food?
My favorite dish to eat is spaghetti and homemade meatballs with homemade marinara sauce. That's my favorite dish.
Okay, and I've heard that you make some pretty mean chicken wings.
Yeah, man. Yeah, actually, I won a cooking competition on island called King of the Wing. I won that 2 years ago with my winning WBC wing sauce.
Okay, so tell me something that your boxing fans don't know about you.
What they wouldn't know about me? I'm also musically inclined. I have a music video out, so I also do music as well.
Okay, what kind of music is that?
Rap. It's mostly a rap, but I do reggae and things like that. I'm really good at producing beats too. I'm good at I like to make beats on the computer, so that's mostly what I do. But I get on the mic every now and then.
Okay, do you have a favorite boxing movie?
Right now, it's Southpaw. It's my favorite right now. I think they did the best job so far in depicting real life, how boxing is today. So Southpaw is one of my favorite boxing movies.
Okay, haven't you also tried another career? Haven't you done some modeling as well?
Yeah, actually, I do that every now and then when I can. A lot of my friends and close relatives come in to try it out. And I've got the body for it. I've got the look. So I've tried it out, and I've done a few runway shows, done a couple shoots. So maybe one day I'll do some bigger stuff, maybe with some bigger companies. So we'll see where that goes.
Okay, so tell me one person that inspires you in your life, in and outside of the ring.
My dad is hugely involved in my life, in the ring and out the ring. He's one of my coaches, and as well, he's a spiritual leader for me. He's a minister as well, and he teaches me not only about the struggles of boxing, but just the struggles of life and the things he went through. He really sits down with me and my brothers and talks to us about dealing with the people and the attention and all the gravity that comes along with being boxing and becoming popular. So he helps in and outside the ring. I'll say he's my biggest influence.
Okay, speaking of being spiritual leaders, I believe that you actually go around the schools and speak about the Lord and other things like that, right?
Yeah, man, I do that. I take time out. I volunteer a lot of my time to just go into the schools. I do a Young Life program. It's what it's called. And yeah, we volunteer. We play games with the kids and let the kids, open up to us. And we give them a little bit of the word and talk to them and just encourage them to be good and be better people, and not just try to be cool and be tough and fit in. Everybody wants to be gangster nowadays. We just tell them to, be yourselves. And that's the kind of message we share with people.
Okay, so tell me, what do you do after a fight? Do you have a normal routine to kind of calm down and cool yourself down after a fight? What do you do?
I just go look for food, man. Me and the team we just go find somewhere to eat, somewhere that's open, and we just sit down, have a good meal after a fight, and talk about what we did wrong, what we did well, and yeah, that's usually our tradition. Just go find a nice restaurant and go relax.
Okay, now tell me if I'm correct on this. I've heard that you're like one of the top names out there for sparring partners. Is that true?
I guess. That's probably a result of me being the sparring mate for Sergio Martinez, also being a sparring mate for Jeremy Golovkin. So I guess that's why people would say that.
So have you been doing a lot of sparring lately with some other big names as well?
Well, Golovkin is the one who I've been mostly training with now. You know, I've done his last 5 fights. I'm not training with him this camp because I'm getting ready for my own fight. But yeah, he's the latest champion I've been training with. But I've trained with Daniel Eduardo. He's the sensation. I've trained with Kasim Uva. You know, I've trained with a lot of champions out there.
And for the fans that don't know who you were just talking about, most of them know him as Triple G.
Yes, Triple G.
Because a lot of people don't know how to say his name correctly, so most of the fans just refer to him as Triple G. So have you played any other sports besides boxing?
Yeah, I actually started out in baseball. I actually thought I was going to be a Major League Baseball player growing up because I was really good at baseball. But I was living in Vegas at the time, and I moved back home to the Virgin Islands, and baseball just kind of fell off, and then I decided to join the gym, and then I fell in love with boxing. And
I know you were also, I forgot to mention earlier, you were actually in the 2008 Olympics as well.
Yes, I was. A huge accomplishment.
So how was that experience for you?
Oh, amazing. I don't think there's anything like it. You know, you have such a great amount of world-class athletes in all kinds of sports in one place. The energy is crazy. You know, I've learned so much from that experience. You know, talking with other boxers and other athletes, and it really grows you as a person too, in character. You get to see different cultures and see how different people interact with each other. It was all around just a great experience.
So tell me, up to this point in your career, how has boxing affected your life?
Big time, man. You know, it helped me learn how to be disciplined. You know, learning how to say no to certain things. You know, you can't just be doing whatever you want when you're boxing. You got to sacrifice a lot of family time, a lot of friend time. You know, going out and just hanging out. So it definitely teach me to put things in perspective. You know, what's important, what you should put first. So boxing is a lot for me. Kept me out of trouble for sure.
And I know we already mentioned that you kind of mentor the kids or speak to the kids. So if a kid came in the gym, what type of advice would you give him if he wanted to be a boxer?
I would tell him just you gotta love it. First of all, anything you do, you gotta love what you do. You can't just have a motive of money or fame or anything like that. You gotta really love what it is you're doing. And boxing, what you love, you should do it. And you got to be very disciplined. Boxing is a sport that's physically draining and mentally draining. So you got to be very disciplined if you want to be successful, and be willing to listen. You know, some fighters get stuck in a plateau because they think they've arrived and are the best, and you know. But always be willing to learn and grow. I think you do fine.
Okay, so now I want to bring up your upcoming fight. It's actually October 6th, 2015. It will be a Tuesday night showing. Your opponent is, hopefully I get this name right, Jose Uzcategui. Is that how you pronounce it?
Uzcategui.
Okay. And he is actually 23 wins, 19 knockouts, and 1 loss. That's a pretty impressive record, and he seems to have a lot of power. You have a lot of power. I don't know if this fight's going the distance, but it is going to be at San Antonio, Texas. It is going to be your debut on Premier Boxing Champions. It will be on FoxSports 1. It will be the main event at 9 p.m. Eastern. So for the fans that have not seen Julius Jackson, the chef, fight yet, definitely tune into this. His opponent is definitely a step up for Julius. The guy is coming up from middleweight to super middleweight, but he's definitely fought some guys. He has an impressive record, and both of these guys have power. So this fight could definitely be explosive. So everybody definitely tune in. Do you know anything about your opponent, Julius?
Yeah, I've researched him. Yeah, I haven't heard of him before. You know, this fight has been scheduled. So I did some research on him, and seeing he's got some big fights. You know, he's a good tough guy. You know, he likes to fight. He's from Venezuela, but he lives in Mexico, and he's adapted that Mexican toughness. So I'm really looking forward to a tough fight, man. I think he's at a high level. You know, he's a high level opponent. this is what I've been waiting for, man. Getting tough fights. This is what I want to be. So I think he's definitely a great candidate for that.
So do you consider this guy kind of like a gatekeeper to get to the next higher level you need to go to get through this guy?
Oh, definitely, man. Definitely. You know, this bout is also a title eliminator, so I get through him, and then I get my shot at James Miguel for the world title. So I'm super excited. It's been a dream of mine, and it's finally here. So I'm ready to take it full force.
All right, so this will be putting you on the next stage up towards the world title. Like I said earlier in the interview, we need to add that to your list of smaller titles, and usually that's what every boxer's goal is, to get that world title, and hopefully you're not too far away from it.
That's the goal, man. And my goal is to surpass my dad. You know, my dad won the world title 3 times. So hopefully I unify the titles at 168 and then go for the titles at 175. That's the plan.
Okay, so now you said you did research him. You've actually watched some video on him as well?
Yes, I have seen a few of his fights.
Okay, now like I mentioned, both you guys have power. Does that bother you at all that you're fighting a guy with probably just as much power as you?
Yeah, I think this is the first time I'm fighting a guy that has we have the same knockout percentage. So, yeah, this is the first time I'm fighting a guy with the same knockout percentage as myself.
Well, actually, his is a little higher than yours, but that's why I asked, because you're used to fighting guys where you're the guy with all the power, and he's actually got a little bit more percentage in the knockout ratios than you do.
Okay, yeah, this will be the first time, and I'm excited, man. I'm waiting for that fight.
Well, listen, I'm going to wish you good luck in this fight. I'm definitely going to be tuning in to watch it. I'm excited to watch you fight this guy. Like I said, this is a next level up for you. You don't seem to be a guy that takes easy fights or takes the easy road. So I'm wishing you well on your journey to the world title. Is there anything that you want to say to your fans or your supporters before we end the interview?
Yeah, I just want to say thank you to everybody who's been supporting me. You know, I want to thank Boxing Truth for this opportunity, and yeah, just keep looking forward to seeing me rumble, man. You know, I'm a true fighter. You know, I don't run, but I'm very skillful. I have a good jab, and I think I'm good for the sport of boxing. You know, I'm raised by the old school, by my dad. You know, we're not like new school cats. You know, really run. So yeah, just look out for me. You know, you can check me on my website also at juliuschef.com. And I'm on Twitter, Instagram, I'm on everything. That's Julius the Chef. So follow me, and yeah, man, just follow me for great boxing.
All right, and once again, everybody tune in October 6th, 2015. This could be a quick fight, or this could be a war. So everybody definitely tune in if you want to see Julius Jackson possibly knock this guy out or get knocked out. You never know what's going to happen until you tune in. Premier Boxing Champions, Fox Sports 1, 9 p.m. Eastern, main event. The truth has spoken.